What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Drew Davis, aka Uncle Drew, a certified life and performance coach by trade, and also a former Division One and professional athlete. And today we're going to be going through my glasses collection. And it's funny to talk about it because I didn't always have this sense of uh, I haven't been sight challenged, I guess you can say. I've had great vision my whole life, all the way up until my early or late 20s, I should say, my late 20s. And all of a sudden, I notice I'm in restaurants and I'm looking at menus and I'm starting to squint. And I'm like, uh-oh, we might be losing our eyesight. And so, one thing I always said to myself is that if I started losing my eyesight, I don't wear much jewelry. And so I said, if I start wearing glasses, I'm gonna be stylish with glasses. I'm not gonna just have a plain pair of, Dexter's laboratory shades. I'm gonna really have some glasses that coordinate and go with how I dress and shoes and just my style. And for those that start following me and get to know me, I love to dress. I'm one of those people I dress up, not even any chance I get, but you'll often see, and not to brag, and I'm often one of the best dressed people at events because I take real care in what I put on my body as far as my clothes, what feet my shoes go in, how the texture feels on my skin, all that kind of stuff. And I also just have a really great physique. So you can't have a great physique and waste it putting on clothes that don't, flatter your silhouette and what you really have going for you. But so with that, I say this, and I'll go into just a quick story. But when I started looking for glasses, I used to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm a lot. And Larry David, who's the creator of Seinfeld, creator of Curb Your Enthusiasm, stars in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He had this pair of glasses, and he always wore the same glasses. And I'm just super inquisitive. I'm always looking and I'm always kind of wondering, like, I wonder what kind of glasses those are. I wonder what kind of shoes those are, all this other stuff. And so finally, I remember, I think Larry David was in GQ magazine, or he did a story or an interview or something. And they pretty much broke down like how his outfit and what he wore was so plain and mundane. And I want to say the thing that they said that cost the most on him, usually for his wardrobe, was his glasses. So I looked into his glasses and I found out that they were a brand called Oliver Peoples. And so I started doing homework on Oliver Peoples. And at this time, I think Larry David's glasses that he wore were, I want to say, about, $700 or $800. And they were real plain Jane, but like their craftsmanship. And so they were these glasses where the armband kind of curves behind the ear a little bit, but they look like old white man glasses. No shame, no harm, no disrespect. So I started looking into Oliver Peoples and I saw how big they are with celebrities and entertainers, and pretty much like, not that it's back in the day, but there's a long lineage with Oliver Peoples. And I would look up pictures and you would see Wesley Snipes and all these peoples from the 80s and 90s, like when they had all these kind of, I guess when they were, not going to say the biggest, but when they were up and coming, or they were kind of, I don't even know what to call them. But so I started looking at them, I started studying them, and I'm like, okay, I finding out the styles that I like. And I lived in LA around this time, working at UCLA. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go over to this store. They say there's a store here. So in LA, I travel all the way to West Hollywood. I go up to this address that I found, and I go up to this address, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get in the Oliver People's store. Is this it? It happened to be like an Oliver People's like corporate store or something like that. It's really, really weird. And so somebody answered and they're like, no, this is the store, but the store's right down the street. So I walk maybe a block and a half down the street, and I run into the store. Real mundane store, glass window. All you see is all these glasses on the wall, and it looks spectacular. And you go in there, and it's a little overwhelming, but the first couple people that helped me that I ran into were super duper helpful. And I go in there all the time now. Haven't been in there in a while because I need to save some money. But these are the people that helped me get up on my glasses game. Were able to kind of tell me what I looked good in, what would kind of flatter my face and fit my face and my beard nicely. And we started going forward like that. And so I remember, even before I went there, though, the very first pair of glasses that I ordered were these pair of orange glasses. One of my favorite colors is orange. And I ordered these glasses online, and they ended up coming. And the funny thing is, they're the first glasses I bought of Oliver Peoples, but they're also the glasses I wear the least because I ain't gonna say I don't like them, but they flatter in a way of they make you look super just intellectual and intelligent, and they're just not one of my favorite glasses, my favorite pair anymore. But there's great craftsmanship on the side, and I think that's why I initially bought them. But I'm not going to waste too much time talking so much about myself, but I just wanted to give an introduction to talk about kind of how I got more into glasses and kind of what I've done, from that point, which was probably right around the pandemic. So about 2019, 2020 is when I started buying them, to where we sit here now in 2025, where I sit here with, I think I have 12 or 13 pairs. And so without further ado, I'll introduce you to the box. This is Oliver People's trunk. And I actually bought this over in London when I went. I had my eye on it. Once I started getting a couple pairs of glasses, I said, okay, I need to have a place where I can store these. I just can't have these sitting out, not being taken care of, sitting in their own individual boxes. Like I want to have a place that I can go to, that brings a little bit of, just brightness and decor into the room or onto, my dresser or wherever I decide to put it. And so this trunk it's supposed to hold 6 glasses. And when I bought it, I was like, I'm not going to buy more than 6. And it's kind of built like a little suitcase and it's all leather. So you can see from this, it looks like a little mini briefcase. And that's why I like it too. And so I want to do a photo shoot with this at some point in time. And I think that at the Oliver People store for these, not that they might be discontinued, but I think they're on back order. And I think they have this color, which is kind of like a leather brown. And then they also have a black. And so you heard me say before, dang, I gotta pick it up for you guys. And you heard me say before that this is supposed to hold 6 pairs of glasses. And at one point in time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just have 6 pair and I'm gonna have fun with it. And I'm gonna do, as you can see in this case, there are about 12 pairs of glasses in here. So I'm definitely not taking the best care of my glasses that I can. But until I can upgrade to the 12, which I don't think I will do, this is going to have to do for right now. And so as I bring it closer, you can see that there's just Oliver People stitched into this leather kind of interior case. It feels really, really soft in here as well. I've had this case for about 3 or 4 years now. And I really, really like it. And I haven't showed it off enough actually. And so when it comes to having a case, I've also bought a couple of these, and this one has been through the war with me. But this is just a double carrying case right here. And you stick the glasses in right here and right here. They go on opposite sides. You can button it right here, take it off, and I usually always, if I know I'm going to be traveling and if I'm going to be, going from outside to inside, or I'm going to need a pair of shades and a pair of glasses, I try to grab and rock with this right here, just so I can know. And then here you can see it's Oliver People stitched on the inside too. And they just always, when you order them or depending on what glasses you get, they have different cases. This is kind of like a velvety case that you get with it. Same thing, has Oliver People's right here on the inside, if you can see, but just a velvety case. So it's a hard case. As you can see when I close it, real hard case right here. And then inside any Oliver People's glasses, you'll always get a little cloth that you'll get with it. I ordered these things. I don't have one in front of me, but you can order these like glasses care kits, and they come with some glasses spray, some cleaner, and then they come with like a small screwdriver just in case you need to tighten them. And they come with one of those cloths, and those come in like a kind of carrying case too. So I just have a couple of those. But we're gonna get into it. So, like I said, the very first pair of glasses that I bought were these glasses right here. These are the MP8s. Like I said, I really love orange. I love the color of orange. I wanted something to kind of just throw people off a little bit or just bring some color and some life. My business that I have, quality over quantity. The colors, the main colors of the brand colors are orange and purple. I took those from FedEx a little bit, so being reliable. And as you can see, I don't even know if you can see, but one of the reasons I bought them is because how the designs on the side. And I hope you can see them just a little bit. But when I was searching for them and I found this, and I was like, wow, that is a very, very good detail. These are circular glasses. So, like I said, before I even really started asking anybody about glasses, I would just kind of look into them. And as you can see right now, they're blue light. So anytime I look at computers a lot all day, And so this kind of takes some of the stress off the eyes. But as I'm recording, you can kind of see that reflection of the blue light. So you probably won't see me wearing these on podcasts or shows that I do because I think it's too distracting. It's distracting for me. And I also think it's distracting for the viewer. But as you can see, these are kind of circular glasses. Like I said, I kind of feel like a professor. I feel like a reader when I wear them. I feel like just, just a professional. And so, but I wore them and I used to wear these when I worked at UCLA. Student athletes gave me a lot of compliments on these. But I'll talk about a lot of things as we go through this video, as I go through these 12 pair of glasses that I have in front of me. But one of the things when you're buying glasses, and I'll tell you guys this because I've seen this a lot, and I'm not an expert in glasses by any means. I just go from what a lot of people have taught me and what I've seen and read. And you want to make sure you get glasses that conform to your face. There are some glasses you can buy and some glasses you can wear that make you look like a dang alien. And then there's other glasses you can wear that fit you. And I hope everybody knows what I mean about that. It just means that there's going to be some stuff that flatter you really well, and there's going to be things that don't flatter you well at all, and they're going to make you look weird. It's the same thing with when I think about fashion and dress. Depending on the size of your head, the knot tie, the tie of the knot of the tie that you wear is very important because if your tie is super big, it makes your head look really, really small. If your tie is super small, it makes your head look big. And it also depends on what you're wearing and what kind of suit you have going with it. So it could depend on a couple things. But there are some things fashion wise that I would say, like me, I'm 6'2", 215 pounds. I shouldn't have said the weight because no, I shouldn't have said it, but 215 pounds. And so, but me, I like wearing a lot of three-piece suits because I like to come out of my jacket a lot and wear my vest and just walk around in my vest. And I just like the power structure of it. There's some people that, if you're a little bit bigger or wider, then you might not, the three-piece suit might be kind of constricting to you. Or, things like a double-breasted suit versus a single-breasted suit. So this is for anybody that's wearing suits. All my guys that are into fashion know what I'm talking about. But there are certain suits that you might like personally that you like to wear, but then there's also stuff that might look good on you. And those two things might not always coincide. And so you have to figure out what you really like and what works for you. And the same thing goes with glasses. And so with me, like I said, I ordered these and I didn't really talk to anybody about them. They're probably a little bit smaller. My guy Rudy, who works at Oliver Peoples here in LA, if you ever go to Oliver Peoples in LA, ask for Rudy. He's awesome. He's going to help you. He's been working there forever, for a long, long time. But he's real good at what he does, and he's really good at making you feel like you've made the right and correct purchase in what you've done. And so Rudy's awesome. But Rudy told me, like, yeah, those glasses are probably kind of small for the frame of your face. They're okay. And like I said, I bought these before I consulted him or before I really knew them like that. And he gave me an honest opinion, which I appreciate and I liked. And so these are called the MP8s, orange around the rim, and that's what really got me interested. And then there's also on the bridge of the nose of these glasses, there's also a little bit of detail as well. And as you can see, they're a little bit dirty because I don't wear them that often. But also, you need to clean these, and we'll talk about cleaning in a second. Now, I wish I can go in order on which glasses that I bought at which certain time, but honestly, I don't really know. So I wish I could tell you. So I'm gonna just try to keep it focused on inside the brand of glasses because I got a couple of the same pairs because I really like if I have a pair of glasses that I really like, the last thing I want is for them to be discontinued and I don't have multiple pairs of them. And so one thing I try to do is make sure that I got, a pair of, shades with a pair of sunglasses with a pair of glasses to just have two of them. And so we'll just work our way right up. We'll go to I think these are my TK5s. There's some titaniums, and I might be wrong on a couple on a couple names for these glasses just because there's like a TK 6, 7, 8, 9, like they go up. There's small model intricacies in them both. And I'll talk about them when I get to these next pair because they mean a lot for that pair. But for these TK5s, I really liked them because they were really simple. They're really simple. They fit really well with my face. Like I said, with my beard, that's one thing Rudy told me. With my beard, I need to try and have something circular all the time. He says circular shades are going to look really, really good on you. He's like, circular without being too what did he say? I want to say he said architectural, but he was just like the more circle, the better. And these are kind of circular. They're kind of, they give you that kind of octagon shape and that octagon feel. These are one of my most reliable pair of glasses. I like them. I usually, if I'm gonna be out running around during the day, and they're not super heavy, um, but they're flexible too. And so you can see they have the Oliver People symbol right around here, and you can't see, but they have the Oliver People symbol right around here. And when I talk about Oliver People and their detail is above and beyond a lot of other people's. And before I really knew, oh, these also have plastic glasses in them, plastic, and we'll talk about it. Most glasses come like that. But one thing I discovered with Oliver People is that you can get glass glasses and it totally changes the feel of those glasses. And once again, we can look at the bridge of the nose right here, and there's just awesome detail right there. It's just detail. It's just finely detailed. And one of the other things that brought me to these glasses are these titanium ends. And so these is what you'll see a couple pairs I'll show you that are like this. And I just like this. It's kind of like a Japanese design. Um, and that's what I really liked about them because I'm like, they put a little bit of weight back there behind your ear, but it mostly feels like it's able to help kind of hook behind the ear so they're not slipping and sliding down. So these are the TK5s for Oliver Peoples, one of my favorite pair. And also, this is one of my first pairs because I remember. But these are transition shades. You see me when I slow down because I don't want to stumble on those. These are my transition shades because at the time I was in acting school and we would go from being inside to walking to a different class that was outside and going from a really dark room. My bad. Don't know what that was. Going from a real dark room to popping out in the sun. I don't know if anybody has a job where that's the requirement for them going from inside to outside, outside to inside, and having to make that transition really quick. These shades will kind of darken when you go outside. And when you come back inside, they'll kind of have a tint or shade to them to protect you from the sun, to protect your eyes from the sun. And they might take, 20 to 30 minutes before that kind of fade goes away and they turn back into regular glasses. But if you don't know about transition glasses and if you want to kind of kill two birds with one stone, if your eyes are sensitive to light like mine are, think about getting transition shades that'll really help. So now we're going to get into the big boys. So like I said, those are the TK8s or those are the TK5s. These are the TK8s, if I'm not mistaken. In the same family as those glasses that I just showed you, like I said, just going up from a TK5 to a TK8. But these are one of my favorites. And these are one of my favorites. I have a couple pair of these because I did not want to waste this style. These are one of the first pair of glasses that I started using glass that I started getting the lens in glass. That's what it is. The lens in glass. While I was in the store, I was picking up these glasses and they felt different. And so I asked Rudy, I'm like, yo, why do these glasses feel different than this one? Like, hey, how can I get mine like this? That's pretty much what I said. Like it's a heavier feel. And just to let you guys hear it, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear it when I set them down on this glass table, like like they feel heavy. They feel heavy, like they have weight to them. And that's what I really liked about them. And he was like, "Oh, well, those are plastic lenses and those are glass lenses." And so you're able to buy glass lenses, which for me, they kind of not that they won't get scratched, but they're heavier weight to them. I want to say they're stronger against protection of scratching. And so these ones in particular, like I said, great architecture with them. They have the Oliver Peoples symbols all around here. One thing I really like about them is their lens like kind of comes out a little bit. I don't know if I can show you. Their lens kind of comes out a little bit. So it's like you get a little bit more eye protection from the side. But it looks cool. I can honestly say I don't know if it's really doing anything, but it looks cool. And they just look like they're bigger suction back into your eye. And I just really like them. I really enjoy them. These are one of my favorite pair. I have 3 pairs of these because of this. Because when I bought them and when you have a pair of glasses that you love, you just know. They have that same feeling for these back ends, these titanium back ends. And I could probably tell you a whole bunch more about the glasses, but I didn't study for this video. Like this is all the stuff I know off the top of my head. Same with the nose bridge. A lot of great design around them as well. And these are one of my favorite pairs. These are just straight glasses, no transition at them at on them at all. You can see how they fit over the whole of my eye compared to these MP8s that I bought, like a lot smaller in circle stature and whatnot. I guess as it looks that way. Um, but these are the TK8s that I really like and I really enjoy. These are one of my favorites. So these are one of my go-to if I'm trying to. I don't know. These are my old faithful go-tos. If I know I'm going to be walking around glasses all day, going to a movie or something like that, those are my favorite ones. Now, I bought these next after I bought those, still the same TK8, same glass, but look at this. Ooh, that's nice. Look, you can see the computer screen in them. Ooh, if I go up a little bit, you can kind of see my eyes. But if I'm down like his, you can't see my eyes at all, or if any, very little. Now, these are still TK8s, but on these are gradient sunglasses. And you'll see movie stars wearing this where you can see your reflection in them or celebrities or entertainers. And these are gaudy glasses. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would never think that I would buy or wear a pair of these glasses because I'm like, it's kind of not me. Like it makes me kind of look like I am a celebrity or I'm trying to be a celebrity or that I'm the shit, like something like that, which I don't think and don't try to be. But honestly, as I grew more and more into it and I started buying shades, and I realized you're able to look at things and not people not being able to see your eyes, there's a kind of mystique to it. I've never worn like I've had a pair of Louis sunglasses in my younger days, but I was never that guy. But I just noticed that like sometimes it's good to just have these like granular glasses that you can put on and that you can just feel like you're, Brad Pitt or Denzel Washington or, what I mean, Jeffrey Wright, just somebody who's a A-list actor walking on the street, whether you're shopping at Ross, Payless, whether you're in TJ Maxx, wherever you might be. It's fun to just have these kind of pair of glasses and be able to play with them. I used to only like bring these to Vegas and walk around and wear them. And I've gotten more comfortable just wearing them every now and then in LA and just getting more comfortable with them. Now, these are glass lenses as well, but once again, the lens is a gradient lens. It's pretty much it starts more as a sunglass up top, and as you get lower, you're able to see the eyes. And so there are times like, and for me, it's dark when I look out of them too at the top, but also there's times I find myself lifting my head up to kind of look at things. But if you keep your head straight or down, people can't see your glasses. And so this was a different color for me. I went ahead and you can see on those other ones that this side part is clear for those, but this one I wanted to go with black, and I'll try to move my beard out of the way. I went with black on these, and it just looks different. It looks cool, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it from the side, but it just adds to the glasses. I don't know if you can see. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a view, and hopefully you get a view. But you think about looking at that side and then kind of seeing my beard, and you're like, "Oh, this dude knows what he's doing with these glasses and these shades." But I went ahead and went with gold, and I'm usually for me, you look at most of my glasses, you'll see a couple gold ones, but I like silver. I'm a silver guy. For black people, that's a thing for us. We're either gold or silver or nothing. But like my people down south, they like gold. I'm from Denver, but I've just like silver. I like how it looks on me. A lot of my bracelets that I have are silver, and my necklaces are silver, onyx, diamond. I don't really have any gold. Same ends, same titanium ends on these. So these are the exact same ones as the ones I just sold you. So we're still in the family of the TK8s. Now there's a glasses called TK9, and those are a little bit more not overly shaped, but like a little bit more boxy. And so Rudy, my guy at Oliver People, told me to stay away from those because he was like, "Yeah, these are a little bit too boxy for you. Circle works for you." And I was like, "Okay, bet." So last one. So I told you 3 pairs of the TK8 for me. And these ones are the latest ones that I've bought. And I think these are my last pair. Like I said, I got 12 or 13 glasses. Like I need to chill, I need to cool it. And so these are still in the family of the TK8. These have the tint of being blue, of like kind of a aqua blue tint. And like I said, it took me a while to start buying these glasses and to really see them to say, man, what would I look like in those? Can I get away with wearing those? And that's often the thing I say when I'm buying glasses because, like I said before at the beginning, you don't want to buy a pair of glasses that don't look good on you. And it's about you liking them, but we buy stuff for to make sure that other people kind of like them. You know what I mean? So there's this movement going on right now with the young people that are wearing, any shades they want. But right now there's these little alien shades, like they're real small like this, and they go across the eye. And all the young people are wearing them. I want to say like Shay Gildress Alexandris wears them. Alexander. Shay Gillis Alexander, he would like a whole bunch of the athletes and the entertainers are wearing them because it's just this certain look. But a lot of them look like aliens. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. A lot of them look like aliens, and I'm like, those glasses do not help you with your looks or your figure or your facial structure. But once again, circles work for me. But I just wanted to do something different with the color. And I don't. I've never, not never. I've rarely seen people with just a different color lens, and these make everything a little bit not blue but darker, so not so much like sunglasses, but they're a different hue. And so if I was ever just in my office talking on this video like I am now, everything seems a little darker, and then I take them off and I'm like, I'm there, everything seems darker, and then I'm like, dang, why is it so dark in this room, like, and I need to turn the light, and I'm like, oh, because I have these glasses on. Like I said, little change up, gold around the rims, same thing as a TK8, just a different lens on the inside, which I absolutely love. And so, like I said, if it's, and this is my saying, if it's nice, buy it twice. If it's nice, buy it twice. These are my Gio Ponti. I don't even know what number these are. Let's say they're Gio Ponti, either a 3 or 5. But Gio Ponti, I did my homework on them when I was buying these because I'm like, why are these called Gio Ponti? Gio Ponti was I want to say, an Italian architect, did buildings, did sculptures, did a whole bunch of stuff. It was really, really good. There's actually one of his works of art in Denver. I want to say it's a structure. No, no, it's a sculpture outside of the Denver Museum of Art or something like that. So if you're in Denver, Colorado, go check it out. Look up Gio Ponti. He does some interesting, cool, abstract work. But when I saw these, I just loved them. I loved them. And once you can see they got blue light on them again, blue light protection. I just love the bridge. I love the bridge of the glasses. Like I said, I stay having circular glasses. Those are what work for me. A lot of people just, oh, you look like a professor or a teacher all the time. That's not the compliments, or those aren't the things that I go for. But it's pretty nice to know that. So the bridge of the glasses for me is unique. I've not seen glasses like that. You want to get stuff that people haven't seen. Like I said, with the people that are out here looking like aliens, there's so many people out here wearing the same stuff because they think it's what you're supposed to wear. Oh, that kills me. And there was a little bit for these glasses, it was a little bit blue around the outside. I know it kind of looks like it might be black, but it's just a little bit blue. And for me, I look good in blue as a color. I just don't wear it a lot. For me, the colors I like to wear, and even I don't wear all these colors a lot. I like green, I like brown. You can catch me in black a little bit too often with my shirts that I wear. But once I start to get dressed up in my suits, I really like brown and gray. Got a couple, blue suits, some gray or silver, gray suits. They're not silver, gray suits that I wear as well. Um, and so just trying to switch it up. But I just, like I said, I'm a silver guy, not so much of a gold guy. As I just showed you guys, what, two and a half glasses that are gold. But like I said, I just fell in love with the bridge of these. And these are the Gio Ponti. And these are actually, I have, so those three glasses of the TK8s are the most of one pair or most of one design that I have. But the Gio Ponti is the glasses that I have the most of. So I have the different brands of those. So like I said, I have these silver ones of Gio Ponti. Then I also have these gold ones. And I also think it's so ironic that I told you guys, yeah, I don't really rock with gold. It's not me. And you look at my glasses collection, I know I've always showed you three. I already showed you three pairs of glasses that are gold. And you're like, Drew, you said you don't like gold, but yet you have three pairs of glasses that are gold. All right, maybe with glasses, they pop on my skin a little bit more, or these are the kind of designs that stood out for me. Once again, the structured brim right here, just so different. I think the gold with the black inside just makes it pops. It makes it pop more. And honestly, I don't wear these enough, and I'm gonna probably wear these today. These to me are like Gotti. These are Gotti to me. They're Gotti because they're gold, and I don't know very many people with the gold glasses with the gold trim around it. Um, but to me, these are gaudy. So I'd rather grab my other TK, let's call them TK3s right now. And hopefully when I put this in the notes for you guys, the notes will be right. But they're just a cool pair of shades, man, a cool pair of glasses. And they're just very unique. They're very me. No wonder why I have two pairs of them. And they're just very me, man. They're very cool. As I'm looking at them, I'm falling in love with them all over again. So we said we're gonna stay in the family of Gio Ponti, and that is Gio Ponti. I think it's Te, Gio Ponti. And so this is the same. This is Gio Ponti inspired as well. Um, and the thing is, I don't think they're making these glasses anymore. And that's why I say once you have them and once you like them, you got to get them. Because you never know when they're going to take them off the shelf. They're going to discontinue them. They're going to be a hot seller, and then they'll bring them back maybe 10 or 15 years from now. You never know. You never know. But these are Jade Wash Green. I thought it was so interesting because I was like, as I'm shopping and as I'm building up the collection, I'm like, man, I need to get some different colors. Like I need to get some colors I wouldn't normally get. And as you can see, I'm filming this just on my laptop on StreamYard. These are like they call it a Jade Wash Green. And the difference between and the I want to say the overlying or standing out figure on Gio Ponti is always the brim of the glasses or the nose bridge of the glasses, the bridge of the glasses. And this one is like keyhole, it's a little keyhole. That's what I liked about it. I like to bring attention to the small intricacies of the glasses. And these, unlike those, these aren't, totally wire brim. They go into plastic. Um, and these for me, I think I got these. These are glasses. These are glass lens. But these also are transition shades. So going from outside to inside. And so there's times, like I said, depending on the day and depending on what I'm doing, if I'm at an outdoor mall shopping or something, I might get transition shades going in and out of stores. These might be the glasses that I grab if I know I'm going to go inside to outside and I don't want to lug around another pair of sunglasses or something like that. As I've designed and bought my glasses, I've had that with that in mind. There's times I have glasses, and I think the pair of black ones that I have that I'm gonna show you here in a minute, that I'm like, all right, well, I already got a green pair that are transition. Like, I probably shouldn't have a black one that's transition too. And honestly, now that I say that, I don't know if my black ones aren't transition like these. So I might not even be taking my own advice sometimes. But when they're yours and you buy them, you can do whatever the heck you want. So, but that's it. Different keyhole, same Gio Ponti. I would say these are if the last ones are 3, then these are 5. Like I just know they're in the same family. So if you're ever looking them up, they probably won't pop up on the website anymore. Like I say, they've been discontinued. And I think they had some type of legal issue with this kind of glass with this family because I don't think they got it okayed or just something to that nature. So these are the latest ones. Let's say these are Gio Ponti 5. These are my Jade Wash green ones. And then here you can see same pair, just in black. Gio Ponti, same keyhole. I love, like you said, a lot of my suits in my closet and my jackets and my blazers, they're black, they're gray. Just like to go with just a subtle, nice color. This could just look very good. It's just, there's sometimes you want to bring attention to your glasses, and there's sometimes you just have glasses that just people just know, like, yo, those are just, they're not flashy, but they fit. They're just real subtle. And I feel like these are this. These are James Bond-esque a little bit, spy slash smooth criminal type person. These are what these bring for me, and these are what put these kind of just in my peripheral for what they provide. And so I really like these ones. Like I say, if it's nice, get it twice. Um, and it's funny because in a lot of movies, you'll see a lot of movies that the glasses and the characters are wearing kind of, have this same design right here on the edge and kind of there's sometimes it's not a Oliver People glass or shade or something like that, but a lot of the times it is, especially if you're watching a movie like I think in Oppenheimer, I'm watching and I'm looking at glasses. I'm like, man, they all got Oliver People glasses on. Like, and I was like 90% sure. And I'm like, this movie's from way back in what was Oppenheimer? Way back in, I don't know, the 60s and the 70s. I don't know when all that was. But let me clean these real quick. But if you're watching movies and once you start to look at these shades or these glasses, you'll kind of see them popping up in movies and you'll see celebs wearing them and you'll be like, dang, like, okay, Oliver People is a, one of those, I guess you can call it a luxury glass. And I think I think at a certain point in time, I think only a couple, I'm gonna try to drop them real quick. You can hear it. And that's how I know, not that's how I know if my glasses have a glass lens, but matter of fact, I dropped those and put them down. I don't know if I did this before, but I will. These are the TK5s that are plastic. So I don't know if you can hear it. Little lighter hit when they land, but that's that was a clue for me, like, oh, I need to get glass. Like for me, that's better. All right. And so now we're coming down the back stretch. Bam. Still in the Gio Ponti family. So these are, let's say we're back to Gio Ponti 3. These are they're a black pair. So the same as these. Oh, can't even show you really. Same as these. They're the same as these, but I really, excuse me, not gonna edit that out. You guys are gonna get this video unedited, so I apologize, but also I don't care. Um, these I just absolutely love, and I was trying to figure out why I love these so much when I was in the store. And they're black, they're just so sleek. They're the same as these other glasses, but why do I like these so much? And you can't really see from here. It's just a nice smooth finish. These are matte black glasses, matte black. And I'm like, matte black? Who decided to do a matte black frame, arms? Who decided to do that? You can't really tell from here. I will tell you. But you see it and it doesn't come off like a regular black. And sometimes you can only see it from close up. But the feel of it too. The feel of it feels like it's something special. And that's why I was like, I asked Rudy, I said, Rudy, what the hell? Why are these feel so different? Why I'm so attracted to these? He said, oh, those are, matte black. They're matte black paint and they feel good. And these are one of my favorite pair too. Like I said, there are times I'll grab this in conjunction with another pair, but I also just had to do something dastardly with these. And like I said, if you like, buy twice. If you like them, buy it twice. And I just had to roll with these. I had to. And I want to say these are among the last pairs that I got or when I was building it where I really started to hit my groove. But outside of that, they have these small things on the side too. And I don't even know what they are, to be honest, but it just makes them look a little bit different. My other pair of glasses do not have those. So that's the other thing. I'll try to show it right here. It's just a small intricacy. It's just a small intricacy. And that's what I'm talking about when you start buying glasses or just clothes or wardrobe and stuff. Like, look for things that are different. Look for things that are different. Look for things that you like. I'm a person where it's in the details. And these ones are different because as well, they have, oh, that's what it is. They also like, it's just like it comes down. It's like a smaller swoosh. Like it's not as these ones are a little bit more like just right away. They just is the framework of the eye circle just goes right into the frame of the arm. But this one is more like it's connected. And so it's like when you're merging onto the highway, you're merging on and you kind of get in and then people let you in and you keep going. That's kind of what this is on the upper right side of how it goes into the glasses and in the arms. And I know this isn't the best way for me to show you guys all these glasses, but I've been procrastinating on this video for so long. I would love to have a camera on top looking down, and I think the new iPhones do that, but I don't know if it'll do it on this. But this is why I really like these glasses. I really like these matte black. Still, let's say these are still in the family of the Gio Ponti. Let's say either 3 or 5 or 1. And I'll try to have everything in the notes for you guys when it's time. And so these, no transition on them, glass lens, same nose bridge that I love. I just had to have what I got four. I have essentially 4 pair of these glasses, but these are a different design, so they're not the same, but the family of glasses is the same. And so finally, like I said, if it's nice, get it twice. So those same ones that I just showed you in the shade. Ooh, and I feel like something off of the Matrix. I feel like Morpheus. I feel very John Wick-esque. when I put these on. But these ones, like these, I think these are my first, yeah, these are my first shades that I bought. Matter of fact, I am missing one pair, and they're actually in the truck, so I'm gonna go get them too because I can't end the video without showing you guys. Um, these are the first pair of shades that I bought, and this is where I learned, like, man, I know why celebrities or people love wearing like dark sunglasses because your eyes can go wherever, you can look at whatever you want, and you start to see the world differently, honestly. But I do feel a little bit invisible. Like when I'm walking, like nobody can really see your eyes, so they don't know what's going on in your head. And if you have your earphones in, or but like people, you can really catch people staring. And I don't know if they're staring because it's the sunglasses, so I'm trying to look incognito, or if they're staring because I'm a 6'2" black dude and they're trying to figure out what team I play for or something like that. But anytime like I'm going somewhere and I kind of just want to blend in, and I mean blend in by like nobody really talks to me when I have sunglasses on. There's times I'm checking out at stores and people are looking at me and they're like, "Hey, are you famous or something?" I'm like, "Nah." And they kind of don't believe me as well. I don't know if it's the, like I said, the shades with the beard. Sometimes I have on a hat or I'm dressed really nice. But I think more times where I have these shades on are more where people question me. And so, like I said, they're the same exact pair as that last pair of glasses I showed you. I just love this little part and this little piece right over here. Like I said before on the other glasses, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know. But as you can see how dark these dang glasses are, you feel like a dang superhero. And then lastly, I'll show you this last pair, and then I'll go get the other pair that's in there. These are in the Gio Ponti family as well. So one, two, three, four, five, six. These are the seventh pair of glasses in the Gio Ponti family that I have. And I have my eye on these because they're cool. Like I said, I tried to diversify in what I have. These are a clear pair of glasses. Um, they look sleek. They don't look like too much. They don't look like I'm doing that much. When you turn them and put them to the side and kind of like they're like encased in like an armband. So I didn't do much research on these, but you can still see an arm in there. So it's like this plastic or this reflection of something. There's a frame inside of this, so it looks different. And the Gio Ponti kind of claim to fame, or just the thing that you can see it, it's just the nose bridge. It's a different nose bridge. It's still pointy, but that lets you know it's in the Gio Ponti family as well. So this is pretty much just a pair of plastic sunglasses. This is actually my least favorite pair, and which is surprising. I love the look of them, but they just slip down all the time. They're plastic. They don't really fit behind my ear, and so like there's times if I know I'm doing something that day, or if I'm gonna be looking down, or if I'm busy, that they're most likely just gonna slide off. There's a lot of sliding with these. There's no mechanism to really keep them on my ear, but they are really slick on the inside here. They say Oliver Peoples. They say what series they are. They got the emblems in here. So just always just great craftsmanship by Oliver Peoples. They have the design model in here. Just a really good pair of glasses. The nose borders, or what is it, nose pads that they're supposed to be. Those don't really help them stay up, but they definitely look good while they're on. And so these are my least favorite pair, but they were a pair that I was so curious about that I was like, man, I gotta see what's popping with those. I gotta see what's happening with those. Like, I got lied. Let me just try it out. Let me just test it out for this one time. And that's what I did. And honestly, I wish I wouldn't have bought these. These are one of my ones that I just wish I wouldn't have bought. Because they just don't fit. But as we do that, I'm gonna take this quick break because I'm gonna go get the last pair of glasses that I'm sure are in my truck. Wow, that is so funny, y'all. They are not in my truck. So, and I looked around the house for them a little bit, but I guess I do not have those pair of sunglasses, but they ended up being, I think they're the Casson. They're called Casson. Those were actually the very first shades that I got. They're still cool, still love them, still wear them from time to time. If I had to put them in a certain order, well, honestly, I really only have two pair of sunglasses, and those are the Gio Pontes with the matte black and those Cason shades. So essentially, I only have two pairs. That was the first one I bought. But the thing about having so many glasses, excuse me, the thing about having so many glasses is that, I mean, sometimes I feel, of course, I say there's ones that I say I love. So there's times I have to really like try to, okay, what haven't I worn in a long time? It's the same thing with, people with shoes or with clothes. You have that go-to suit that feels really great, or that shirt or those shoes or those jeans. And then sometimes you have to make yourself choose something else because you're like, yo, I got 100 shirts and I wear 10 of them. But you wear them because of a reason, and we all know that. Um, but as I was running around the house, I found these things, and they're pretty much glasses clips. These would go with the Gio Pontis that I have. And so when you buy these come with every pair, which end up being like sunglasses, or, end up being able to turn them into shades. Now, I can honestly say I have never used these. So I have, let's say I have a pair for every the ones I bought. So I probably have like three or four of these that are like clip-ons. And honestly, and keep it 100, I don't even know if these go on here. Oh, let's see if they do. I don't want to break none. I think they do. These might not even go on here, actually. Nope, I don't think they do. What do these go on there? All right, I guess we about to find out right now, y'all. Y'all rocking with me for a second? Nah, they do. If they do, they don't really fit. All right, I don't think these go on here. So let's try this. Let's just play around real quick. I've never put these on because, like I said, I have sunglasses, I have regular glasses. So, bro, okay. Uh, if these do go here, I don't like them. I don't think I like these, dog. They go here, give you an aviator shade look. If these are supposed to go here, I don't really like them. I just found them and just wanted to show you guys what these look like. Yeah, these, I could see these only going to these, but I think I have three or four, so I'm pretty sure. Let me try one more time. Yeah, they feel like they clash. These fit perfectly actually, so they might just be for these. But they allow you to kind of like choose what color you want the clip to be as. And honestly, like when I used to buy them, I used to really not even care or not even think about it. Um, yeah, so that's the clip. And then also just run around. I told you guys there's a glasses kit that Oliver People sells as well. And I don't know exactly what I have in here. Like I said, they'll come with a little cloth. They'll have a screwdriver in here, which I think I took out, but then they'll have some glass cleaner as well. And the cool thing is, if you ever run out and you go back to Oliver Peoples, they'll fill this up for you. This one's full. But also with me and with Oliver Peoples, just to let you guys know, if you guys are buying Oliver People glasses, they're the type of glasses that you need to wash specially. You got to wash them in some cold water with some Dawn soap, and that's how you get the grease off of the lens. Especially, I think with me having glass lens, but you got to take care of them. And there's actually, after this video, there's a couple glasses I'm going to take downstairs and wash, just with a little bit of Dawn soap, cold water, sit, let them dry a little bit. And then lastly, I just found this last case. So like I said, they'll come in all types of cases. This is just simply just a real cool to-go case. Depending on what glasses you buy, you'll get a different pair in them. I'm not sure what glasses come into what carrying case. I wish I could tell you, but I just know I had a couple of these, threw a few away. If I'm on the go and I just need one pair of glasses, and just to keep them safe, I might throw them in here, soft on the inside, keep them safe from heat and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, I hope that was just a good tutorial and a good lesson for what you guys can get from Oliver People's sunglasses, or glasses, period. Um, I just love these glasses. They've been great for me. If you're into style, if you like to spend a little money on your glasses, you can really, really benefit from them. Inside this case, I also have some of my old lenses, and I think these are, yeah. So these are glass lenses. I think this is when I bought a pair of glasses, and I was like, hey, can I purchase a pair of lenses and get these swapped out? And when I did it, they just said, hold on to these just in case you ever want to, you've paid for them, so they have your prescription on them just in case you can pop them in and fit them in somewhere else. But yeah, that's my glasses collection. So right here you saw 12. I have 13. But I just think it's an awesome thing to have for a man. If you don't wear a lot of jewelry, if you do wear glasses, if you're trying to switch it up, I get so many compliments on my glasses. And that's not the reason I buy them, but it lets me know that I have a good eye for some things and I pick different things that other people don't. But I'm also a very handsome young man. I got a beard, I got some nice waves, maybe not right now because I need a haircut. But those things, like all that paired with a pair of glasses or some earrings or just some smaller accessories, a necklace, you don't need to do a lot to stand out. And that's what I like doing. I like standing out, just being very, very just elegant, just very plain Jane. I'm not just super flashy. So I just try to find and pick these little spots to how to do something. And I hope that you just enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what pair of glasses you like the most. Let me know what any Oliver People shades that you have. There's still a couple that I have my eyes on, but in essence, we can never have everything, but whatever you get, make sure you cherish, make sure you really like it, because at the end of the day, that is your fashion piece. I hope to come here for a while or just to stop in here more often and give you guys some more tips and tricks and just talk to you guys about fashion and small accessories and just being manly men, or if you're a woman stopping in just to learn a thing or two. But once again, that is my Oliver Peoples collection. Oh, and I don't think I told you guys. I told you guys I got the trunk in London. I think they have trunks of 6, 12, and I want to say 24. So I think there are three different price points for them. But definitely, if you have a lot of sunglasses or glasses, if it's something that is a nice decoration for a room, um, and I'm about to start doing a little bit more content with glasses in this box and books, and hopefully it just does something special. So once again, that is my Drew Davis Oliver Peoples sunglasses. Why do I keep saying sunglasses? That is my Oliver Peoples glasses collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which glasses you like the most, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day on whatever day it is. Peace.